Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't.
welcome to
That wouldn't be allowed on YouTube, would it? We have like an asterisk.
the medical pod.
Yeah, it can't be about.
This is the medical pod. This is 100% factual medical podcast. We're about to get.
Well, it just can't be about that one medical thing that no one's allowed to talk about anymore.
No, we're talking heart disease. We're talking COVID.
Are we? Are we allowed to?
Everything.
I feel like
Talking.
you can say horrible things on YouTube, but you just can't bring up
COVID?
that thing.
Can you not
Yeah.
talk about COVID?
I can't wait till our COVID vax cards are like
It's
antique.
it's more vaccinations people you can't really talk about. But
Like,
I feel
dude,
like you can
I might donate my card to a museum
one day. Yeah, no.
in like 100 years. Like that's
Yeah,
cool.
it might be worth something. Put it in the will.
It'd be pretty sick.
Put in the will for like a grandchild, and they'll be rich.
They would.
That would be number one thing. But
If I get like Scottie Pippen to sign it,
why Scottie Pippen? Why out of
I don't know.
all people?
Because he thinks he's the best basketball player ever. So
Does he?
probably
I don't think Scottie Pippen thinks that.
he's the best husband ever, dude. His wife's very happy.
I don't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, brand new pod. We are here. You got me. You got Devin. We got some NBA. We got some NFL to talk about. We got a Lakers game being played right now. The beauty of
I'm watching the ticker.
The beauty of the West Coast. Late games over here on the East Coast, are early games over there, or I guess 8 o'clock games over there.
Yes.
Either way, some things went down today. Two important things that we are definitely talking about. Mike Evans and what he did, and then
Yes.
Russell Wilson and what Denver did. Those
What
are definitely
it's what Russell Wilson did.
Well, I mean, Denver.
No, he ruined
Denver
all of that.
released them. So, all right, let's talk Mike Evans first, because I'm not gonna lie,
I was shocked.
I'm not shocked that. Well, we said he was probably. I mean, I don't know. I was hoping.
Well, there's the money side, and then there's the let's go win a Super Bowl side.
And we just, I guess, I feel like we were leaning towards Super Bowl side.
But, because I thought so, yes.
Because everybody's like.
But maybe Mike thinks he can win a Super Bowl with Baker.
And everybody talks about like the mindset of a player once they already have a ring.
Yes.
And I feel like it really maybe it is true, but it depends on when you get that ring. Like, think about it like this. Okay, so Mike.
Yeah, Evans, no. If you get a ring in your second year,
Mike Evans spent years just putting up 1,000 yards, and then he finally gets Tom Brady, and it's like, all right, yeah, I got a ring.
That's heaven sent.
I'm gonna go get another bag. Why not?
Yeah, agreed. And this is a phenomenal bag, by the way.
Oh, great bag. Well, yeah,
52 over 2 years. What fucking There's no way he's getting a contract like that anywhere else.
No, or
on at his age.
More after this, after 2 years. Because my mind immediately went to like Ray Lewis. He wins a Super Bowl in his first 5 years.
Yeah,
and he's just like, in his mind, that's the only thing
you crave it at that point. Yeah,
early Tom Brady, he gets those Super Bowl rings, and then he loses twice. He goes 16-0 and loses. Then he loses to the Giants again. He's like, bro, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Then, maybe the hunger comes back, but
I also feel like it's different for a non-quarterback, like, because outside of the quarterback realm, it's like your career isn't based too much in Super Bowls.
I mean, I guess it definitely depends on. I feel like it depends.
Like Calvin Johnson, we don't look at him any different because he didn't win a fucking Super Bowl.
Well, I feel like it really. I mean, we definitely don't look at someone like Calvin Johnson differently, but you got to also think like I said, it really depends on the player. Like Tyreek Hill, it's like he got his chips. He got his Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, he won one.
It's like, let me go get a bag. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, Miami's not winning no Super Bowl, but hey, I got 30 mil guaranteed, or however much he got guaranteed, and he's chilling, he's chilling in Miami.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I guess Mike Evans, the time he won his Super Bowl, it was like the perfect time where it's like, all right, I've already established myself on my own.
Yeah.
Now I got the Super Bowl. I already got a bag. Let me just
Yeah.
go get another bag. And for me, it's exciting just because, I know they're gonna work something out with Baker, wherein they're gonna stay there. But
Yeah.
like you said last episode, we kind of know their ceiling. But I mean,
we know their ceiling with this exact team. There's nothing that tells me that they can't go and make this team any better. But yeah, for Mike, this is a great move for Tampa. This is a phenomenal move. If you lose Mike Evans, you're losing that team essentially.
well, because they got what? They got Antoine,
Randall L.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yeah.
Is it? I'm trying to think of which linebacker. Was it Levante David?
There's
Or
Levante
Devin
David
White?
and Devin White.
Devin White. Oh, I can't think of so many damn linebackers in the league that I feel like have similar names nowadays.
Shaq
But
was there. Is it Shaq Barrett, Shaq Lawson? One of those two?
Barrett, yeah.
Barrett.
But either way, I'm saying like, yeah, no, that Mike Evans sign or re-sign, that definitely might have a domino effect that brings other impactful players back to the Bucks.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, $52 million at his age, we won't see a contract.
His wish list was a lie, Devin.
What's a wish list?
A couple of days ago, we go.
The devil is a lie.
The devil is definitely a lie, but his wish list was
Bitch,
a lie.
I'm the
So
truth.
this was on Saturday. Just spoke with Mike Evans' agent, who says Mike wants to play with an elite quarterback in an offense that will showcase him and be paid like a top wide receiver. He doesn't want to play with a rookie QB. Winning a Super Bowl is a key priority.
He hit everyone but the Super Bowl.
He hit everyone but the Super Bowl. So, okay, is Baker
Baker elite?
An elite quarterback? Because you just said it. You said he hit every mark, but the Super Bowl one. I don't know.
Mike might think Baker's elite, but I don't know.
I don't see. Here's the thing. What's the definition of elite? What is the definition of elite, and how many other tiers are above elite? You know what I mean? If elite is the top, like if we're talking elite, then
elite's a weird word because
like,
I think Joe Flacco ruined the word. Like we got really deep. It became a joke.
It wasn't a joke because he was elite Joe.
No, it was a joke.
He was elite Joe. 11-0 in the playoffs. God damn it. 11-0 touchdown, interception, and run. It was beautiful. But
yes,
what I'm saying is, it's just like, if elite is the top tier, no. But I always say, and what I've been saying,
aren't 15 quarterbacks
since last offseason. I've been preaching this. There aren't 15 quarterbacks.
You've been preaching this for
that you can name.
I feel longer than that.
A minute. Ever since Odell started shitting on him, which Odell.
Exactly.
Just a side note. This isn't like a big topic. Ravens aren't expected to re-sign him. Which
I didn't see that.
Ravens aren't expected to sign him. We didn't get our hands on Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing, but it'll be interesting, I guess. We're probably going to draft a receiver.
Maybe you guys can draft the fastest man in the world.
Who was it? It was.
We'll know his name soon enough. Something Xavier.
I already forgot. Anyways,
damn it, he ran a 4.21.
But Baker, I don't know if you can put him in elite. You can't put him in elite if elite is the top tier. If the top tier is Patrick Mahomes,
Xavier Worthy,
Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, like we're talking
Lamar Jackson.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I wanted you
to
say Lamar.
No, I think we have to at this point because like ESPN to me has always been just like background music, that and like cooking shows, because I'm one of those guys, and all the time they're talking about like the top tier guys, and Lamar's never put up there.
Well, that's
they just lift those fucking.
People assume like Ravens fan bias when I put Lamar in that conversation, but I don't need to say it. It's like
first listeners don't know you're a Ravens fan.
Except for like that's true.
The Ray Lewis thing that you brought up and whatever's behind you.
Behind me if they look. But I'm saying
it is a Orioles hat.
Pete, you'd never know. But I have lost my whole train of thought. Either way, Baker's not an elite quarterback. Winning a Super Bowl cannot be a key priority. But he did get a bag, and he is going to be on an offense that showcases him. So
I mean, I don't. Yeah, for sure. Like I don't. It was never a bad move for him to stay, and the only thing for like the only thing to gain from him leaving is like
to be on a Super Bowl team, Super Bowl winning team.
sure, but I've like the team who got Mike Evans benefits way more than Mike Evans. Mike Evans wasn't getting 26 million anywhere else.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're gonna get that type of bag just to play on a decent team, you might as well
And then
stay on the decent
like
team you're on.
I mean Mike still does his thing, but he is older.
Mm-hmm.
And I like big I mean Mike would have to go to a team with a good receiving core. Like cuz he's not going to be that guy for the next 5 years.
Oh, not the next 5 years, but you could get 2 more good years out of him.
Sure.
But that's the thing.
But I don't know. I think this is a great move for him.
But because the call for him was to go somewhere like Houston or Kansas City, so it was like, yeah, obviously he was gonna. Well, Kansas City, he would have obviously been the showcase. He would have been showcased. Houston, same thing. But I don't know. I think everybody was predicting if he was going to leave Tampa, he was going to go to a potential Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah. And I mean, why not stay with one team your whole career? People like those guys.
Russell Wilson.
And also it's never gone well, like I've said, for guys who are his age and moving teams.
Yeah, at least he didn't go to like Tennessee. That was a weird take.
Multiple receivers made that mistake.
Russell Wilson got released. Did he get released or is he set to be released?
He's set to be released, which hurts way more.
Which what is? I mean, I can't stand the set to be released. Just let him go.
No. Well, the no one's working right now.
Just release him.
I know, like you can't though.
Go clean up.
But like, why tell us now?
I don't know. He told us.
Why not wait 2 weeks?
He told us when he put his house on the market.
No, he told us.
Oh, when Sean
after last season, not last season, the one before that.
But all right, I got 5 landing spots for you.
He told us when he did the "Let's Ride" thing.
I mean, look, I don't know. It was definitely a quick jump to like, oh, Russell Wilson sucks. I'm not gonna like count him out if we're still gonna if we're still gonna like entertain Justin Fields conversations, we're gonna entertain Russell Wilson conversations.
I say the Redskins pick up Russell Wilson and draft Marvin Harrison.
Okay,
fuck Kirk Cousins. Give me Russ.
I got 5 potential landing spots for Russell Wilson.
Do you? Washington?
Huh? Number 1.
Washington.
Number 1 is Pittsburgh.
Yes. So Pittsburgh's in a battle for Russ. I've heard talk of Justin Fields. Everyone has.
That's like the two completely different ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
Like, are we gonna get like a rookie quarterback contract guy?
Yeah.
Who's proven nothing, or we're gonna get this guy with a huge contract who's on the down.
Now, do you have to pick up his contract? How long was that contract?
Definitely got to pick if he's being
It'll be restructured for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess you could put that. You could factor that in as well. But Pittsburgh. I mean, you got a team around him. Got a good head coach. You got a tough AFC North.
Very
I don't
much.
know if in this stage of his career, if he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go play in the toughest division in the NFL.
I mean, he was in the AFC West. That's a pretty tough division.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm gonna go.
Well, he went from
go to one that's even harder.
He went from a. I don't even know if that's an easy division. The NFC West. It's not the hardest at all.
If he was in the NFC West now, though, it'd be the same struggles. If he was still
unless he was on Seattle.
No, if he was still in Seattle, it would.
I mean, who are we looking at? We're looking at the Rams. Oh, the Niners. I'm an idiot. I was like, what the fuck other team but the
Niners,
Rams?
I mean, I'm not even.
What, the Cardinals?
I'm gonna sit here and say they confidently just shit on the Rams. Why would I say that?
No, I mean, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
Niners and Rams. Yeah, no, they're shitting on them. But, okay, Washington is the second team I got.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I don't really want to see it.
It's more of
be funny.
It's more of a rebuilding team. You know, it's another rebuilding team.
I know, but it's a rebuilding team with talent, dude. I don't want to waste the talent we got.
They do have weapons, and I do have written down Russ plus Marvin Harrison Jr. and the weapons you already have Could be fun to watch. Could be entertaining.
I mean,
Could
that's at
be
least 9 wins.
yeah.
That's a winning
If you
season.
could squeeze 9 wins out of that, like you gotta be happy as a Washington fan.
I think it'd be pretty sick.
You gotta be happy. You pull off like one or two like upset wins.
Dude, I'm cool if we get 6. I mean, we had 4 fucking wins.
That's sad.
We had 4 fucking wins this year. I can't be.
That's really sad. Devin.
Was it 4? I don't even know. We were horrible.
That's sad, Devin. I'm sorry.
I know it's sad. I'm a sad fan. I will forever be one until I can see us in all of our glory.
Atlanta.
Potential.
They're out on Ritter.
Again, not even a factor.
I mean, the head coach, his comment was, I might not have this job if there were better quarterback play. So.
Oh, no, that's 100% true. Like, Arthur Smith isn't that terrible. He just has a horrific team.
Desmond Ritter's out of there. Russell Wilson goes there. He is in an easier NFC South. He has good.
I like that move.
He's got good weapons. Maybe bump that defense. Get that defense. Give him a little bit of a better defense.
Get somebody on defense.
No, throwing Drake London, having Bijan next to him, having Kyle Pitts. That could and being in the NFC South compared to the AFC North.
I mean, that's
all day.
The NFC South.
The NFC East.
The NFC South is 10-in. The NFC East isn't scary.
Yeah, it is. If you're Russell Wilson playing for Washington, it is.
Yeah, I always forget about like the best teams in the division.
Yeah, I mean, Philly and Dallas would definitely be. They're gonna be problems.
That's a problem.
Yeah, they're gonna be problems. But I would like Atlanta, because
I think Atlanta would be a great fit for me.
And because
no expectations.
And Pittsburgh, okay, so Pittsburgh, we don't know what they're doing, but their GM came out and said that he supposedly has faith in Pickett. So the fact that Pickett's still even in the conversation, it's like, all right.
I mean, they might have faith in him, but if you can get Kirk for a good deal, if you can get Russ for a good deal, I'm taking those guys. I mean, to me, getting Justin Fields is incredibly lateral. That would do nothing.
Washington, we don't know who they're even going to draft. We don't know and what move's going to happen first.
No, I'm very scared of the draft. In fact,
Atlanta, we know Desmond Ridder is not going to be QB1 week 1 next season for Atlanta.
Desmond Ridder, I'm not sure he'll ever play a snap of football.
So that's the thing. Like, I feel like chance wise, like I feel like he's got a good chance. Russ might have a good chance of landing in Atlanta.
Like, after all this Denver debacle, like Russ could be viewed as a risk for teams. Russ in Atlanta is not a risk. That's an improvement regardless of anything.
Yeah. And it's see, I don't know. I think Atlanta, like, I don't know. It's kind of like Tom Baker.
Tampa Bay.
Baker coming to Tampa, and what he did, like the expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, oh, cool. If Russ came to Atlanta, brought them to the playoffs, came close to even winning a playoff game, they're going to be happy.
I don't even think he would need to win a playoff game or even come close.
And I think if we're talking out of these 3 teams, Pittsburgh, Washington, Pittsburgh will be a problem. I don't, like, depending on how good he plays, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
As a Ravens fan, I already got to worry about Cincinnati. I already have to worry about Pittsburgh regardless of who's playing quarterback because for some reason,
Pittsburgh.
That's just what it is when it comes to Ravens, Steelers. And then even Cleveland, like I don't want Russ coming to Pittsburgh if he's in any type of motivated mood.
He's always motivated. He's Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah, but I need bro to just limit that a little bit.
No, you can't do that.
I need him to. New England.
Steelers country, dude. Let's ride. I don't hate that fit either. In fact, I feel like that is closer to Atlanta, but the Patriots will draft a quarterback.
See, I just don't know if that's the thing. And I don't think Russ is trying to spend his time. I feel like he has the personality that might seem like it, but I don't feel like he's not going to waste his time mentoring Jaden Daniels. I really don't think he's going to feel like doing that.
No, Russ isn't. No one's picking up Russ's contract and then drafting a quarterback. It's not happening. And
it's also like, which way does New England, brand new head coach?
Yeah.
Does he want to pick up this guy that is his what he has left in the tank is questionable, and that's how we're gonna start. That's how I'm gonna start my career as a head coach, or am I gonna draft a quarterback and this is who I'm gonna build and this is who I'm gonna rock with and this is
If I'm
I don't know what
Gerard, man,
like what lane is
like
he going to take?
Nathaniel Hackett had a year,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was immediate.
they might close the door quick on bro.
Like that was when it was like, hey, we don't know if Russ or Nathaniel Hackett's the problem. Clearly, it was the both of them.
Yeah. Like I put New England because a lot of people are saying New England. I personally don't think, and especially after you bring up Hackett, it's like, yeah, bro,
Yeah, that's career suicide.
don't even bring that up. Draft a guy, build him, and if he's successful, there you go. If he's not, he was a bust.
I heard that Gerard liked his quarterback room, and they might get Marvin.
He really shouldn't.
He shouldn't. I mean, if anything, I like Zappy way more than I like Mac Jones. But
I don't. No, I don't like any of them. No, I don't.
No, I don't like any of them at all.
I don't think any of
but
them should
compared to themselves, yeah, I would say Zapp.
And then the last team I've seen a lot, another team I don't know how much I agree with, is Vegas.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean that's a very Vegas move.
See, and this isn't even like to be funny. I don't know if Russ would want to deal with like the drama that there's already been so much drama with the Raiders ever since they moved to Vegas.
Sure. I mean, Russ isn't a Vegas guy. Russ is like
he's a
Seattle guy.
Yeah, but that's what scares me. It's like I'm gonna live in Pennsylvania and play for the Steelers. Like that scares me. I don't like that. I don't want bro.
Where he's just chill, dude. He might. You know who he might hang out with?
Who?
The Amish. He would fit right in, dude. They would love him.
He might live in some Amish town. I don't want
just
that.
Singing hymns all day, dude.
I don't want that.
Riding in horses.
But Vegas, I mean, better than O'Connell. You had Devontae Adams to throw to. You might have Josh Jacobs next to you. Definitely got to get a defense.
I don't know if they're re-signing Josh Jacobs. I don't know if I see that.
I mean, if they're picking up someone like Russ, I feel like they should, if they're gonna lock in.
Yeah.
If they can.
What they also need is a chauffeur service, but
all right,
they're working on getting that deal done.
Out of these 5 teams, I would say Russ, between talent, opponents, and the impact you will make on said team, I feel like he's going to Atlanta.
See, but rarely do things work out this way, like where the best possible option is where Russ will end. There is also the possibility that Russ will not have a football team. It's a possibility.
I think
it would be dumb of the Atlanta Falcons to pass up on a Russell Wilson if they had the opportunity to get him.
You think there's a chance Russ isn't on a roster?
There's always a chance of that, for sure.
I don't. I think in the normal world, I think he's going to be on a roster next season.
Where's Future from?
Where's Future from?
Yeah,
Atlanta.
Maybe not. How good of a take was that? Was that nice? That was good. I like that.
Did you know that when you asked me that question?
I was
hoping he was from Atlanta.
No. I was checking myself.
Okay, yeah.
I'm assuming he lives there.
But maybe,
and that's got to cause problems, no?
I don't know where Future lives, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Future lives.
He's probably in Atlanta.
Future's
a lot.
In space.
Shit, if Russ goes there, he might be in Atlanta a lot more often.
Maybe, bro. All right, I'm done talking about where Russ is gonna go. You know who was talking a little bit of shit about Florida?
Tim Tebow.
Never that. Trevor
Never
Etienne.
Never that, dude.
Trevor Etienne.
The brother.
Yeah, he transferred to Georgia.
Yes.
And I guess
decided to talk shit.
He put out.
I really hope he has a terrible career.
He put out a little tweet. He said, "I could be running back 2 for a losing team, or go somewhere and possibly be running back 1 and win a natty." Well,
wait, does he think he's running back 2 on this team?
Well, he was because Montrell Johnson was just a little bit better. And
Yeah, so if you're the running back 2 on a losing team,
why would you go be a? I mean, here's the thing.
how is that?
Obviously, Georgia's a lot better than Florida right now. Sure, could he go there and be a running back one and rush for 1,000 yards? Yeah. Does he have to like shit on Florida walking out? I mean, he
No,
doesn't have to.
not a chance.
I mean, I'm sorry that Montrell just got more carries than you, got more attention, got more looks, got transferred to Florida the same year you were, or your freshman year, and you were hoping it's like, oh, my last name's ETN, I'm getting carries, and then some guy named Montrell Johnson, it's just a little bit better. I'm not acting like bro's just oh, he's trash. Like, he was just
No,
a little bit better than you. And for now, you're a Napier recruit who's going to be gone after this season. So I
yeah,
mean, you could go bulldog it up all you want, but I feel like, I mean, shit, Cam don't shit on Florida like this. I mean, damn,
no.
like at least, I mean,
But I mean, I don't understand. Like, do college players truly care about winning a natty?
not anymore.
I didn't think
Not
they would.
anymore. Ever since NIL deals, it's like, I mean, you could, and that's what I was talking about this earlier. I was like, yeah, it's like, bro could have just been honest. Like, what deal were you getting at Georgia you couldn't get in Gainesville? It's like, just be
Yeah.
honest. Like, I'm
Well,
sure.
I mean, I'm assuming he just. I mean, it's a. In no offense to Florida, at the current state of college football, it's a little bit of a bigger stage.
Sure.
But if you're on Georgia and you're not running back number 1, no one's talking about you.
That you could, and you could have been the guy that brought Florida, maybe at least to a bowl game, or
That'd be
and
nice.
been the reason. Because let's be real, I mean, you can be drafted in the first round no matter what Division 1 team you play for.
Yeah,
Uh, but
and like I mean,
you could just be your backup running back at Georgia that nobody talks about, and
also
and win a natty.
in your Wikipedia bio, like your brother's in there, so cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to shit on him, but it's like, you're shitting on Florida. It's like, why, bro? It's like, what? I mean, yeah, I get it.
Nothing.
I get it, bro. They're in a slump, but
Like if you're playing for a losing team, like
you're pulling some McCole Hardman shit right
you should
now.
you should probably look pretty fucking good, but you were
I mean, look
RB2.
in the mirror. I mean, you were a part of these bad teams. Like, it's not like, are you gonna sit here and act like it's like, oh,
It's a pretty crucial part of a football team.
it's like, I get
Maybe
it. Every
used to be,
player,
of
every player probably wishes they got the ball more.
course.
But I mean, I don't know. You think going to Georgia, where there's probably even better talent at running back right now,
Yeah,
you're just gonna be the star guy? I guess. I hope. Hey, bro, I hope so. But
there's a lot of great 5'9" running backs in the league.
I know we're gonna have bro dialed up Florida Georgia next year.
Oh,
So
he's getting his head
I'll
taken.
be
He's
I'll be
getting
anticipating that.
put to sleep.
Speaking of running backs, I keep seeing all these articles. I keep seeing all these blogs. So I figured we might as well just keep entertaining it since everybody wants to keep talking about it. And that's a new possible Ravens running back. I got a list of running backs. We're gonna talk
Saquon,
about
Derek,
them.
Josh.
I got even more than that. But so we talked Derrick Henry.
Mhm.
We've talked about him a lot, and it's like, yeah, out of all the running backs, it's like, sure, I'll take Derrick Henry for a year or two. If the way we're dialed in right now for a Super Bowl run, yeah, no, we could
Yeah,
definitely have an advantage with Derrick Henry on our team.
yes.
But we haven't talked Saquon much.
Hmm.
I don't think I really, call me crazy, but I just don't feel like I, as a Ravens fan, don't feel like wasting my time. Like I feel like it's gonna cost more time and money to have Saquon. Like, we could sign Derek to a year or two.
Hmm.
I see that like being a higher option. Like, I feel like Saquon's going to get a a bag. Like,
Hopefully,
and you're not getting that from the Ravens. So
no,
I
you won't.
really don't even want to entertain that, because if we're talking Derek or Saquon and who we could probably, if we're talking pinch and pennies, get a better deal on, I think it's Henry.
For sure. And I mean, there is in no way that you guys think that honestly, I mean, I'm not sure how much one of these running backs pushes the needle
I don't.
toward a
We're not a
championship.
Saquon or a Derrick Henry away from a Super Bowl.
No,
It'd be a plus.
you're one less Taylor Swift
If we're
away from a Super Bowl.
if we're going to do the same thing with Derrick Henry or Saquon that we do with Gus Edwards, and that's just not run the ball on 3rd and 1 or in at the goal line,
Yeah,
and just lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs, then okay,
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Sign anybody at running back if you're going to do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But some Henry, Saquon, okay, maybe a little too big out of budget, a little too out of budget. Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Are
Same.
you guys expected to keep Dalvin or no?
I,
To me, he seems like a guy you wouldn't keep.
I don't think we're keeping bro around in the running back room. Josh Jacobs is another guy that I think he's going to get a bag. He's kind of in the Saquon area with me where he's gonna go get a bag and he's gonna sign somewhere. It's probably gonna be some 3 or 4 year deal, something fat, and it's just you're not getting that from Baltimore.
No.
I'll tell you the last running back I want that the fact that I even see people even entertaining this as a possibility. It's Austin Eckler.
Oh no, that's. I mean,
In terms of complaining about money, he's just an older J.K. Dobbins. Like,
and probably worse at this stage of his career.
yeah, 100%. Bro wants to get paid. It's the same reason why I know Jim Harbaugh is not going to deal with that shit. You think John Harbaugh is? No, it's not happening.
Fuck no.
We're not wasting our time with Austin Eckler.
Hell no.
You know when we'll sign Austin Eckler? 3 years from now, when he's been a backup for 2 years, then we'll have Austin Eckler on our team
and then he'll like score like 3 touchdowns and be like, oh, he's back.
Yeah, like week 17.
And then ESPN will put up one of those things of all those running backs in Ravens uniforms. Devonta Freeman,
Ricky Williams. We don't talk about Ricky being a.
You guys were gonna sign him?
No, he was a Raven.
No, I know.
But you
guys could sign him.
We could sign him right now if we wanted to.
He could be the Uncrustable Unpackager. No? Okay. You guys ate the most Uncrustables.
What are you talking about?
They put out ESPN sucks, but they put out a stat that your team ate like the most Uncrustables.
Shout out to
ate like a shit ton of Uncrustables.
Shout out to
so Ricky can just sit there and talk about wheat and rip those things open.
How about someone like DeAndre Swift?
Yeah, no, I like that. But Swift's at the point in his career where it's like he'll probably be looking for money.
Okay, yeah. If money's not an object and it's like we said, like to protect his career,
yeah,
stay in Philly or go somewhere like Baltimore where you're going to be taken care of.
Yeah, but I don't know if Swift. I don't know.
We don't know if like I'm saying, like the opportunity for him to get a bag right now, we don't know if he'll see that again. If he doesn't,
this is his chance.
Yeah. So that's another one in that column. Like I just don't
like you'll have like opportunities like LeGarrette Blount had, where you can just go hop on a team and win back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You don't need to win a fucking Super Bowl. Go get paid because you're never gonna see that again.
Yeah, as of right now, coming off of a good year with a good team or a team that will put you in a good position as a running back, you might not have
Shady McCoy had one of the greatest.
Shady McCoy was
runs as a running back and then won back-to-back Super Bowls.
So you're
late in his career, played in.
I guess that's every.
Didn't play one snap in either of them.
That's like every like I guess NFL dream. Like you ball out. It's never your fault that you didn't get a Super Bowl ring.
No.
Then you just.
It's Andy Reid's fault.
On your way out, you grab 2 Super Bowl rings, and there you go.
You don't have to play for him. It's pretty sick.
Tony Pollard. I mean, that's kind of someone in the DeAndre Swift category where it's like,
yeah,
you look really good with Dallas. I don't know how good you would look with LA, like the Chargers, should I say, not the Rams, but the Chargers. Like I don't know how good you look with any team. And it's.
I mean, I truly think for you guys, it's really just going to come down to money. because there is no one that you guys would like. There aren't like the only position you guys might or could have spent money on was the receiver.
Well, then they talk about like, okay, a cheaper option. Like I have Zach Moss, who was the running back 2 for the Colts.
The
And the reason that I saw for why the Ravens may have interest in him is because of how good of a game he had against us. He ran for like 100 and something. He had a great game against the Ravens last year, this past season. And
yeah, when y'all lost that game. Yeah, you did.
Well, we lost because of bullshit PI call or that PIs that weren't called. But
Yeah,
either way,
it was right before you guys lit up the Rams and the Seahawks.
that's somebody
And
that'd
the
be
Lions.
maybe a cheaper option that we could get some production out of.
Yeah.
I see names like Alvin Kamara.
I don't hate that.
It depends on what
To me,
he's
he's
looking
like,
for.
huh?
It depends on what he's looking for.
Yeah, but I think he would probably be on the same level as Justice Hill, who's your receiving back right now.
I think Alvin Kamara still has enough in the tank to be better than him.
Maybe.
No, I think he does.
Maybe.
I think he does. The Saints suck.
Juice
bro.
isn't too bad.
The Saints suck. Yeah, but Justice Hill looks like manageable on a Ravens offense. If you put him on the Saints, he'd probably be trash. So
that is fair.
I don't know.
Great take.
Right now,
yes.
Alvin Kamara, if you gave him however much prime he may have left in him, he'd be able to showcase that the most on a team like the Ravens or Philly or Dallas, like somewhere like that, where it's just like if you're a running back, you're gonna get opportunities to ball.
Yeah. And if Justin Tucker gets hurt.
And then the last names I have written down.
Wrong running back.
It's names like J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, same guys we've been running with the past, few years.
Keaton Mitchell.
Handful of years. So yeah, well, Keaton Mitchell, he's on his rookie contract. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Out of all the running backs we named, Evan, I hate to shit on all those opportunities or all those possibilities.
I would say keep Gus, lose JK, get another running back. If you can't get another running back, keep JK. But if you're gonna if you can spend $3 more million a year and get Derrick Henry, I would take that over JK because JK is gonna want money.
Okay. I didn't want to like throw off anything, but they like, was it a foul? Okay, they like stopped the game for D'Angelo Russell, and everybody was like celebrating around him. And I'm like, there's no way he did anything. Like, there's no accolade he could have reached. That's like, oh, we got to stop the game for D'Lo. No. I think he got fouled. He got fouled and made the three while getting fouled. I think that's what it was. Okay, cool.
Was it? Is that a Make-A-Wish moment?
I don't know, but I won't be surprised if we end up rocking with a running back room that's Gus, Keaton, JK, Keaton, somebody else. Gus, Keaton, somebody else. It's gonna be something like that.
But I think Gus and Keaton are for sures on this team. It'd be a real shame if you lost Gus.
Like you said, if it's a $3 million difference to get Derrick Henry, get Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
do it. I hate to see someone like Gus walk, but it's like.
And then honestly, like even if, like depending on what JK wants, I mean, I would take any of those guys over JK for the same amount of money.
If it was the same amount of money over JK, I would take obviously Saquon, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. Wouldn't take Austin Eckler. No. I wouldn't take Swift, Tony Pollard, Alvin Kamara, Zach Moss. I would take Dobbins over them if it came to the same.
Yeah. So if you were to, if it's keeping those three, or if it's, if you're able to get one of those three, spend some money.
All right. So a couple of smaller NBA topics or NFL topics before we get into the NBA. They're proposing a potential new onside kick rule that I just want to shut down now because the fact that we're already like pretty sure they're not doing anything about the tush push. They definitely.
Are we sure about that?
They came out and said like there's been no No push for a change or a rule change.
Yeah, they're just gonna fucking.
Well, because there's no proof that it. What is it? What did Philly do?
Well, there's also like, what are you outlawing?
Yeah, a QB sneak
Like what
player. That
legal jargon could
formation.
you put in?
That formation. It's the putting people behind the quarterback to push them. So I mean, I guess, but
Yeah, but people have done that forever. No one's done it this effectively, and it's not because he's getting pushed.
to be honest, that's probably how they played football in like the 1870s.
Yeah,
Like it's probably how they did it.
I mean they couldn't throw. I mean they were playing with a watermelon.
Yeah, exactly. So, but what
It
I
was
will
rugby.
do you know what the new rule may the rule they're pushing to implement?
No, I've heard nothing. Also, the onside kick, it should just be outlawed.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
Like it doesn't work.
It's already so difficult. It's like, why touch it?
Yeah,
Why mess with it?
there's nothing you can make it harder, but for what?
Well, they're trying to make it way harder.
Why?
So the rules that they're trying to implement are making it to where you can only kick an onside kick when trailing in the fourth quarter.
That's
And you have to announce it before doing it.
Well, I think they already have to announce it prior.
No, I'm pretty sure you can do surprise. Did they outlaw surprise?
I thought that was outlawed when McAfee got his own.
I don't know if they. I don't know. You might have to fact check that. I don't know if they look up if surprise are banned. I was under the assumption that you could still. I mean, to me, a surprise onside kick. If we're talking about like danger, is that why it's? What would be the reason for
It could be a danger thing, but
because what's the difference?
I think the onside kick is one of the least dangerous football acts there is.
What's the difference between doing it and somebody knowing, or what's the difference between doing an onside kick, a surprise onside kick, and doing one where like they run and then fake and then switch to the other side and then kick it to the other, like when they like what's there's
or
not really a
when
difference.
Grant Boswell was it Grant? Not Grant Boswell.
When they try to kick it behind them.
When he tried to, what is it, a marathon or something? I don't know. It's some fucking
I can't remember who it was.
Soccer bullshit, dude.
But yeah, no, that's a stupid rule that I hope never sees the light of day.
The fourth quarter thing I hate.
Yeah.
Because there should be no rule about what plays you can run at points in the game.
I think one of the most legendary, if not the most legendary onside kick was coming into halftime in the Colts Saints.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of,
like
and that's the last time an onside kick was very effective.
If that rule was a thing then,
15 years ago.
If that rule was a thing then, it's like what you know how
Peyton Manning has another Super Bowl.
You know how different the NFL is. Like I don't know. I don't like that. A rule I do like though. A rule I would like.
Peyton would still be better than Patrick Mahomes.
There's a. I don't know, bro. That's a different. It's a different conversation.
He would be.
It's a conversation for a slow rainy podcast day. We'll bring that up.
It's raining over here, dude.
They are trying to implement another thing that I think me and you both would like. Maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. They're talking about adding another regular season game.
Yeah.
Now, okay, as
like people are like, oh, but the players. Who gives a shit? They get injured all the fucking time. Fuck, Aaron Rodgers went out fucking week 1.
Yeah, was it play 1?
Give me another game. I don't care. It was Aaron Rodgers.
Was it play 1?
It was play like 4.
Did he hand it off or you flick it a couple times? Like I can't even remember.
No. Okay. He. It was play. It was like I think he played like a minute and like 20 seconds.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I saw like a lot of people like, oh well, you have to add a second bye week then, or blah blah blah. It's like, I get it.
Oh, what?
Does adding another game completely go against like how much the NFL says they care about the safety of players? Sure.
No.
They
already did it.
Playing more football or playing one more football game. Yes, I can't argue that it won't statistically, you have a higher chance of getting hurt.
Yes.
Sure.
Now all the NFL needs to do is add another football game or 3, make it 20, and then just play on grass fields, and then the players will be happy.
Yeah. Get all grass fields and you can play as many games. You play an 82-game season if you
We
want.
can play fucking
Okay, we'll play all year. Play all year, WWE style. Every
like
day.
48 weeks,
Super
48
Bowl,
regular season
Super
games.
Bowl's on Sunday. Monday Night Football, Week 1, the next day. There you
Love
go.
it.
But
I
look,
love it.
I saw another comment. If they do,
On New Year's.
if they add another game and not a second bye week, President's Day will be the Monday after the Super Bowl, which means we'll finally get off on. Everybody will get off on Super Bowl Sunday after Super Bowl Sunday, which is like.
I already get off every Super Bowl Sunday.
That's like the one thing everybody's like in America. They're like, we need to get off for after like that Monday after Super Bowl. We need.
Yeah, I mean it is
It should be a national holiday.
It's the no-show holiday of the.
For a lot of people, yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of jobs.
But no, I'd like an 18th game. I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it at all.
Quit teasing me with it. Like just
do it.
Play more like I don't.
Here, if we have to add that onside kick rule for an 18th game, I'm all in.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about player safety.
Don't say that.
I don't. Again,
no,
like you said,
that.
this is a combat sport.
Okay.
Do I watch the UFC and go, "Oh fuck, he got hit in his head"? No, I don't. I don't care because these people are human punching bags.
There you go. Okay, I was gonna say rephrase that sentence. You can't say you don't care about the safety. It's like because
in context.
In context, like there's difference between like shit is gonna happen because it should be treated like a combat sport. But then when there is unnecessary roughness, when there are things when
for sure. Like no, it shouldn't be a lawless game.
For sure, like there are,
and it's not.
It's not, and there are rules to make certain things avoidable.
But I mean, adding games, it's like, why are we talking about player safety if we keep talking about? Because adding games only equates to more money. It has nothing to do with anything about the play of football.
Yeah. Now, also, how football is played is going to determine how healthy or how hurt a player will be, not how much football is played.
No.
Like, I get it.
I mean, rarely, like, yes, players get beat up throughout the course of a season, but their season doesn't end because they played 10 games.
Well, also, it's like
battered.
It's like I get it. As I've heard all the time, number one thing is recovery and rest and blah 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 blah. These guys are paid to play football once a week.
Yeah.
They practice. I get it. They gotta work their ass off. I'm not talking because people go to like, well, they worked hard to get there. It's like I get it. I'm talking about once you're in the league. Once you're in the league, you're there and it's a job.
Well,
if you gotta play one more game, it's like I can't really imagine many players being too.
You know what's funny to me? You know what players are gonna be pissed off?
Who?
The ones on shitty teams.
Yeah. Players that can't go on vacation a week. I have to go on vacation a week later.
Like
that's it.
You should the Chiefs. Like they play 20 games a year.
Well, yeah, but if the Chiefs could have 18 regular season games, it's like you think Patrick Mahomes isn't like I'm throwing for 6,000 yards. I'm doing that. It's gonna happen.
About that.
You don't think he's gonna be like, yeah, I'm throwing 65 touchdowns.
These stats are going to be skewed.
Yeah, skew the shit out of these stats.
Damn, dude.
But let's talk.
Yeah, Puka did not fucking deserve that shit, dude.
Deserve what?
He got in the 17th game, the record. He did miss games, but.
You're right. But yeah, fuck that.
I don't care. Who cares? Give me more football. That's all I need.
I'm gonna give you some basketball.
You know what we need less of? Basketball. They need to. No, it needs to be more of an event. They should not play 82 games.
Do you think less basketball games in the regular season for the NBA would make the game
more exciting?
I don't know, bro. I think it'd be lost even more in the crowd.
No, I think if you keep the season the same amount of time, but you play less games.
I don't know. because you got to think the amount of basketball played. There's only so many moments that can really be talked about. It's like
Yeah, and they happen in the playoffs.
if you only play 45 games,
Maybe 62.
there's a chance that like not a lot of shit is gonna happen at all throughout the entire season.
That's fine.
Yeah, sure, players will be healthier, but
Now maybe maybe that's not the best thing, but I do think that there should be series play.
But yeah, no, I do agree with the series play. Let's talk, which I do think that will eventually happen. I mean, the fact
I hope.
because I mean they travel.
Maybe they'll listen to us. Maybe Adam Silver will listen to us.
Well, they'll travel and like they'll play back-to-back games versus teams, and they do shit like
Sometimes.
that. So I feel like that's definitely in the works. But
I hope.
So some basketball topics, some NBA topics. Boston's been on a run, an 11-game run, 11-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been hyping up the Bucks. I've been talking about how Boston ain't the number one team in the East.
Can I say something?
You can say whatever you want.
Tatum, it was his 26th birthday when they won. I don't know why he thinks he has a shot at being the face of the league. Have you heard him speak before?
Well, we talked about this.
No, I know, but like he is the least exciting person you've ever heard speak about anything. It's terrible.
Oh, are you saying that's why
people who don't speak English are like English as a second language is more intriguing than hearing that guy just talk like this. I don't get, like you give me nothing, dude.
I don't think
you're not a face of shit.
I don't think
you're not a face of your fucking Boston team.
Stop it.
Your son is.
Stop it. I don't think Tatum, his off the court personality is what's going to determine his status as the face
I think
of the
I
NBA.
think it has a factor. There's a factor.
I don't think it does at all because, like you said, someone like Jokic is boring as shit.
Yeah, but sometimes he's funny because he's not American.
You don't need to be funny to be the face of the league. A lot of people.
You have to be
LeBron.
intriguing.
I would never think LeBron is funny at all.
No, LeBron's not fucking funny. He thinks he's funny.
But I'm.
It's hilarious.
Okay, but your take is Jason Tatum isn't the face of the NBA because he's boring.
No, I'm saying it's a factor.
No, Tatum. I feel like we came to the conclusion that Tatum is just a face of the NBA because there is not one face. Like the NBA will never have just one face again. I don't think there will, unless there's some guy who's making the finals 8 years in a row. It's not gonna.
Bron.
Yeah, it's not.
No,
he's just
his
gonna
son did.
It's gonna be faces in the NBA. And Tatum.
Did you hear about Bronny?
What?
He says he's gonna determine his draft. Like he'll go into the draft based off of team interest.
Okay.
So like unless he gets the team he wants, so the team his dad wants, then he'll stay another year, which I think he should stay another year.
I mean, we've talked about this. It's going to be teams that are like, we want LeBron. I think there's teams that might not even have interest in Bronny that are going to draft him just because they're going to get LeBron.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah, no, I don't. I would say the only reason, I don't know. I'd say you could look at this two ways. Either go to the league now, and sure you can have some pressure on you. You're LeBron's child. You're playing with your dad.
I think that's some of the most pressure you can have.
But it's like, bro, and not to compare it anyway, but like, you know how Luka's like, oh, I've been playing professional since I was 16. Like, come over here, this shit is easy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if Bronny continues to just play in college basketball when he could be playing against all, strictly NBA talent. It maybe not have the best. Maybe he's not rookie of the year. He doesn't have to be.
I mean, but I feel like ego is a part of it too. Like the last thing you want is to pop in a league and have a horrific first year, and then.
But that's the thing. It's like it's what are you going to care about more, your personal expectations or the media's expectations? If Bronny doesn't give a shit, if LeBron, yeah, I want to win a championship with my son. I want to play with him, but I also want him to develop as a player.
Yeah.
Like if
Come to the league.
if he can't get a ring with his son, I'm sure he's gonna want to at least leave his son better than he was when he came into the league.
Hopefully.
But Boston, they've been on an 11 game winning streak. I just want to ask you if you think it's a fluke or not. And I'm gonna give you the teams. I'm gonna give it to you. So they beat Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Atlanta before Trae Young went out. So Trae Young played. They beat Washington. They beat Miami.
Really? Wait.
They beat Brooklyn twice.
Yeah.
They beat the Bulls.
Yep.
They beat the Knicks. And they beat Philly.
Then they beat the Warriors by 52.
Well, they beat Dallas.
Okay.
Then they beat the Warriors. By what, 52?
52.
52 points.
140 to
Which,
80.
shout out to the Warriors who, because I saw a lot of, ever since the All-Star break, it's been like, can the Warriors depend on Draymond? What this means for the Warriors? What Clay coming off the bench means? Chris Paul's return. What this means?
Yeah.
It means y'all getting blown out by 50 by teams that are good.
The Warriors were on a hot streak, I think, but
and the brakes got hit quick. And you run into somebody like that. Look,
that was without Kristaps, which people are saying like, oh, they beat the Warriors by 50 without Kristaps. It's like Kristaps, like this team made a finals without a thought of Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, no.
So like, I don't know what. Like it's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
No, yes, but they're
still great.
Kristaps, the production he's had is like the best outcome we could have seen.
1,000%. It was a phenomenal move for them, but it's still them too.
Okay, so Boston, I'm like I said, I have them at probably 2. I still got Milwaukee, number 1.
Sure.
But another problem, because we can talk about this for a second, but LeBron hit 40K. My thing is this, because
Caitlin Clark,
because it was like, is it over or underlooked? It's like it's obviously overlooked because it's the first time it's ever happened.
Yes.
It's obviously like looking back on LeBron's career when we talk about it like 10 years from now, it's going to mean something when he
for sure
has even more than 40,000 points.
Dude, he hit 30. It was probably like 2018, 2019 maybe. He was still on the Cavs.
Was he?
He was on the Cavs, yeah.
Okay. He's going to.
So he hit. Yeah,
he's gonna have a good amount of points left. He's going.
I'm saying he could get close to 50. He's gonna play for a while.
He could push it. But my whole thing is like, there's people who are on one side and they're going like, this is why he's the GOAT. And it's like, okay, this is not why he's the GOAT.
No.
I could give you like there's plenty of reasons why you could call him the GOAT, but reaching 40,000 is like at this point was just expected.
Yeah.
At this point. Now, sure, if 12 years ago, if people were saying this, there were a lot of people who were like, yeah, fucking right.
Kareem's record was revered as one of the unbreakable records.
And then it was like, by the point.
And then he's sailing by it.
By the time LeBron beat Kareem's record, it was like, oh, LeBron's hitting 40. Easy.
Yeah, Kareem was like a fucking off the bench player, just fucking throwing up fucking sky hooks.
But I also don't like the people who are like, this means nothing. He's played this long. You should expect. It's like talking about like his rings, and it's like that has nothing to do. Like people were like, well, I would take 6-0 in the finals over 40,000 points. And it's like, I don't know if you would. Maybe you would.
Maybe. It depends.
Like either one is definitely like a great thing to say you achieved.
They're both cool.
One is a strictly personal accolade.
Yeah, exactly.
One's not, but hey, whatever. Teach their own. But there's one more thing I do want to talk about, and that's something that we discovered last.
Is that phrase now non-binary?
I think that was the first non-binary phrase.
Probably.
To each their own.
Well, it's to each his own. I think that's the normal phrase.
No, I think it's
or can you throw in he, she, they?
To each their own. To each their own. That's what it's always been.
To each his own.
To each their own. To each their own.
To each his own.
Whatever.
Isn't it?
Whatever. To each his
own. Let me gook.
There's one more thing I do want to talk about, and that's something that we discovered last episode, or something that got reported last episode, and that's Russell Westbrook breaking his hand.
He did break his hand.
And then what came out today was he did have surgery, or is expected to, or is having surgery. He's getting surgery on his hand, which is putting him. He's potentially going to miss the rest of the regular season, which to me
sucks.
Could be a problem. And I'm gonna tell you why. He's played every game this year.
Really?
He's played every single game. The first game after losing Westbrook, they barely beat Minnesota 89-88. And then
I like that score way more than 156 to 142.
Yeah, and then today they lose to. Now, okay, here, Devin. Let me just ask you this question.
The phrase is to each his own.
Let me ask.
It's Greek. Just kidding, it's Latin.
Let me ask you this question. If I said the Clippers and the Bucks were playing, Paul George and James Harden both dropped 29 points, and Giannis wasn't playing, what would be your prediction?
For the score or the
who won that game?
W's or L's?
W's and L's.
I mean, just based off the question, I would say the Bucks.
No. If I gave you that hypothetical, not what you think is the answer because of what I'm about to lead to.
I would assume.
If I gave you a game where PG and James Harden both drop a 30 nugget, and Giannis did not play.
Clippers, yeah.
People are gonna think the Clippers won that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That didn't happen. 113.
What Dame dropped? 47?
106. Dame dropped 41 points. Bobby Portis, 28 points coming off of the bench.
That's sick.
28 points coming off of the bench. Now, remember how I said, coming down at the end of the stretch in the postseason, we're going to lose because of just how much we're going to struggle with our bigs. We're letting power forwards like Bobby Portis drop 28 points. He was 2 for 4 from the three. He wasn't just pulling. No, he was just getting buckets.
16 rebounds.
He was getting
from Bobby Portis is a shame.
Yeah, Devin.
Sucks.
It's a serious problem. It's a serious problem.
I mean, there was a time when Bobby Portis had zeros across the board.
And coming up. So say Russ misses the rest of the regular season.
But people forget how good Dame is, dude.
Say Russ doesn't play for the rest of the regular season, right?
Mm.
They still have Milwaukee again.
Mm.
They already lost to Milwaukee tonight. They have Milwaukee again. They have Minnesota, Philly twice, Denver, and Phoenix twice.
That's tough. That's very difficult.
You lose those games, and those 8 games could put us from a 3 or 4th seed
to 9
to a play-in tournament game. We're fighting in the playoff tournament or play-in tourney.
It's tight, man.
Like when I read like Russell fractured his hand, like it was like, damn. But I didn't realize like, oh shit, like the West is so close and we got some games coming up. It's like, and I was anticipating this game versus the Bucks. I was watching it and I'm like, all right, Giannis isn't playing, so I'm not gonna. We're probably gonna win. I'm not gonna take too much. I'm not gonna factor too much. And then they do it. The Bucks do what they do without Giannis, and this is why I don't give a fuck about Boston's 11-game win streak. Bucks are coming out the East.
Agreed. Dame had Giannis doesn't need Dame. Dame doesn't need Giannis. But the two of them, they can both run a team just by themselves. Yeah, they've shown that.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going all the way, but together.
Yeah, together is incredible. But they've already established themselves separate. This isn't like a Kyrie situation.
So yeah, no, I would that's definitely something to look out for because he's having hand surgery. He could miss the rest of the regular season, which I think is probably expected. Uh,
Sure.
so I'm not looking forward to that. In fact, they got to play Phoenix twice. They could be healthy. Philly with a what?
Russ doesn't get injured much. This is a weird thing.
Yeah, that's the thing about Russ.
I mean, there was a good stretch where he was playing.
Like I said, he played every game this year.
Yeah,
Every single game, and it's like, bro, you could. Russ haters can shit on him all they want. Talk about him coming off the bench. Talk about his Laker run. He obviously was a positive impact on this Clippers team.
Agreed.
And it's already showing.
Sure.
So I don't know. That's something we definitely have to look out for. But with that being said, we talked Russell Westbrook injury, LeBron reaching 40K, Boston's run. We talked dumb rules, maybe rules we would like to be implemented in the NFL, quarter or landing spots for Russell Wilson, Mike Evans staying in Tampa, Trevor Etienne just shitting all over the University of Florida. Ravens.
Well, I mean, it was.
Will we have a new running back?
He could have said worse.
He could have said worse, but he could have said nothing.
Agreed.
Like most people do. But I guess with that being said, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I'm good. Yeah, Russ to Atlanta.
Russ to Atlanta. All right.
Well, Ciara to Atlanta.
Sierra to Atlanta. Sierra back to Atlanta. Back to Atlanta. That's wrong. Back to Atlanta. Not back to the future, bro. What are we doing here?
Oh, dude.
I mean, what are we? I mean, I don't know. Look,
I mean that could.
Sorry.
That would be a album.
That's a
title.
It's a dad joke. But that's like it's like a hip dad joke. It's like a dad that like knows about.
It's not.
Like they know.
It's like.
That's like
Is it?
It's like our generation. Like that will be a dad joke 5 years from now, 10 years from now for us. Like we'll be like, oh, back to the.
To me, it's just funny that like Russ is like take care.
There's nothing wrong with a man taking care of a child, Devin.
You said it.
With that being said, there are brand new episodes coming out every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Saturday to talk more NFL, more NBA. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Future.